Less likely side effects: dizziness or lightheaded feeling with position changes, constipation, dry mouth, blurred vision, increased sensitivity to the sun causing easy sunburn, difficulty urinating. You're telling me, when people put you on, when doctors and psychiatrists put you on medication that has all these side effects, you honestly think that's helping a person? To a person who's already asleep and doesn't want to wake up, let the sleeping monster sleep. Maybe it helps.
Those are the drugs you're taking now?
I'm just taking risperidol. Prolixin. When I took Prolixin, I read a book by, or at least excerpts of it, called "The Belly and the Beast" by Jack Henry Abbott, and he said antipsychotics are the modern way of being crucified. And in addition to that, he said that Prolixin is the worst. Well, I think Haldol is just as bad as Prolixin, but I had Prolixin too, and I can recount an experience I had with Haldol, which gets into the realm of eternal damnation and eternal torture. But that torture persisted for about 20 minutes, and it was just horrendous. It was just horrendous. I don't want to go into that unless you pay me for it. But I take Prolixin. When I took Prolixin, it felt like they yanked my brains out. And when they talk about chemical lobotomies, that's what I had. I had a chemical lobotomy, but it felt like they yanked my brains out.
What did you do under such a condition?
Well, with no brains, I just vegetated, and I couldn't even sit down. They stole my rear end.
How did it affect your rear end?
I couldn't sit down. So I just lied limp in my bed for a couple months.
Pain in your butt or something? Or?
No pain there. Spankings would have been much easier to deal with and appropriate if they think I'm such a disciplinary problem. And really, I was a good kid growing up. I don't know. Maybe my dad should have spanked me if I. My dad was a sleepaholic. He had a job where he could go through the motions and this and that. He hardly ever did any physical labor. He never threw a basketball with me. Never played a game of catch with me. Never mowed the lawn. He just did paperwork. But he had a little bit of a physical. Like he enjoyed going to Flint Landing, fishing. A little bit of the outdoorsman, but it didn't rub off on me because I didn't really acquire any interest in the outdoors and this and that until I got into tree trimming, and then it kind of exploded on me where for a while there, maybe a summer or maybe a couple months, I felt like I was almost as strong as a mini version of Tarzan. Actually, I think I had the potential to be maybe a very good lumberjack, but I never got a pat on the back hardly when I was tree trimming. And really, I got to the point where I did 27 pull-ups. That's a fact. 27. I did 12 pull-ups, 40 push-ups, and squat thrusts to get the job. And it was a college crew, And by the time I graduated from it, my second summer, I did 27 pull-ups. But I was terrified of tree trimming to begin with, because you can get killed on the job, really. It's a little bit like joining the service, I'd say. It's a parallel experience. You can lose your life. But my gosh, the second summer I can distinctly remember this one black kid. After I went sliding down the rope, we used a ropes, saddle, and power saw, and a regular saw, and a pole saw, and this little black kid went running up to me and he yelling, "Tarzan, Tarzan!" And I've been so nonverbal all the time that I didn't know what to say, so I didn't say anything. I just kind of grunted like Tarzan.
Do you like working outdoors?
If I could get back into, I wouldn't push my. If I couldn't do it, I think that's an extraordinarily good way. If you can find a crew or a bunch of people that like to have you, they appreciate you, and you get paid a reasonably good job, a good salary, and then I think that can be very rewarding, because I've appreciated jobs like loading and unloading trucks, ash removal, and tree trimming. Really, what do I do in my spare time? I read books like All Men Are Brothers by Mahatma Gandhi. I don't want to propel a world of peace and brotherhood and this and that, but Gandhi really lived peace and brotherhood, and he died it too. But Gandhi makes a lot of sense. If you want to, why don't they teach Gandhiism in the school system? Because there isn't that much peace and brotherhood in the adult world. It's all coded around politics and power, and a lot of that is kind of corrupt nowadays. Getting antipsychotics is being tortured. I've expressed this explicitly. When I was on Prolixin, I had difficulty masticating food, and you have a picture. You're getting image. I'm in a slouched position, right?
No, somewhat.
So I don't project any aura of if anything, I look like kind of like a Dick Cavett type person. You know what I mean? I don't look intimidating physically, do I?
No.
I'd like to. I'd like to be more of an athlete, but I mean, when for a period of 6 years you're on Prolixin and you're having a heck of a time masticating food on it, and you're begging your father, "Please take me off of Prolixin so I can eat food like a normal human being," and he says, "No, Prolixin is good for you. That's how you keep your sanity, son." You're trying to break my spirit. Listen, what? Listen. You will glisten if you can listen. You will glow if you can flow. What's the rush? Hush, hush, hush. What's the hurry? Life is such a flurry of action. What is action? Simply a reaction to an action? Where is thought? Can it be bought? Can it be taught? What have you sought? What is life? Merely strife? What is death? Merely the last gasp of breath? Is life simply a set of answers to questions, or is it a question to a set of answers? What is best? Did you pass the test? Life is a quest. That's all you need to know. Go slow. Listen, what? Listen.